case. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case, but I actually really wish it was. Unfortunately, it took me 15 years to hear about industrial engineering. And then it took me more than 4 years to realizing I wanted to become one. And additionally, 2 years before I really understood what they do. And now I've been studying industrial engineering for 4 years, and I'm really enjoying every second about it. I've been working within the field as well. I'm really passionate about this industrial engineering, and I completed my bachelor's degree about it. And as I said, I've been working within this field, I've been out on these internships, and I realized this is where I belong. And I've also been involved in marketing and education to find other students to be interested in following this path for industrial engineering. But before I start to go all excited about this subject, I would like to know how many of you are familiar with what an industrial engineer actually do? We have one. Most of you are not familiar with an industrial engineer. As in the same way as I was. I didn't hear about it before I started more studying. And this is completely normal, because usually you get familiar with industrial engineering when you've been out in the field working, or you have someone close to you that's an industrial engineer explains to you what they actually do. But even in that case, it's not a guarantee that you will be able, because when you ask an engineer, okay, so what do you actually do as an engineer? They will start off with going, okay, we have problem solving, production, we have product development, projects, and then it goes on and on and on, and you end up with something like this. For some, this makes complete sense, but for others, it's probably more confusing. So today I will go through what industrial engineering is from my own experience. And as you can realize, there's a difficulty to find people to want to go into industrial engineering because they don't know what they do. So today I'm taking the opportunity to increase your own knowledge about the subject, and perhaps you know someone that you think, oh, this person would really fit into this engineering, and you can give them suggestions about going into this field. So today I will tell you about why industrial engineering is my passion, why industrial engineering is needed by companies, and why industrial engineering's work is really important. So let's go first to my passion. I would say industrial engineering is my passion because it combines all my interests. For example, when I was a little kid, I first wanted to be a math teacher. Yes, I did. And then I wanted to be a journalist. And then I wanted to be a designer. And how does this make sense with industrial engineering? Finally, I realized, okay, this math teaching was actually that I liked problem solving, and I liked working with people. The journalistic part, it was my curiosity, and I wanted to communicate with others and inform others. And the designing part, I had a creativity I wanted to use of, and I always liked to see results. I liked to see the outcome of it. So, except engineering being my passion, why is this important for companies? I would summarize it with industrial engineering is the link for the companies. Within a company, we have different departments, but the industrial engineering is the link that communicates within this different department, because we learn to speak all the different departments' language. We can discuss the budget, the cost, and different investments we have to do with the financial department. We can understand when the production employees telling us about problems in production or in the processes. And we have the construction engineers talking about, okay, we have to have better quality in our materials. But at the same time, we're talking with our customers, with suppliers, we're building relationships. And being in working together and producing success for the business. So they are important for the company, but what do they actually do? If I would summarize it with one word, I would, of course there are so much we can do, but I would summarize it with improvements. I will go through what we can do by taking through out of my own experience, what I've been doing out in the field. So first, we see here, this is an airbag, safety device within a car to support you from injuries in a car crash. I worked for a production company that develops these safety devices, and I worked as an internship for 6 months developing these new products to make them safer, better quality. This is a warehouse for Volvo Car Corporation, and I did my thesis here to improve their logistics, to improve their just-in-time deliveries for the customers. And here we have chemical industry where they're producing and mixing chemicals, for example for dish soap, so it will clean your dishes. And here I did a project for 5 months to improve the process, so they mix in with the right chemicals. So this was 3 examples of what an industrial engineer can do: improve products, improve deliveries, and improve the process. And I've actually already done those 3 things and been involved. And an industrial engineer can do so much more. This is just a part of it. So what I told you today was about this industrial engineer. And does an industrial engineer combine my interest? Yes, of course. Does an industrial engineer, is it important for the company? Yes, of course. And is an industrial engineering, their work, is it important? Yes, of course. Industrial engineering is not only my profession, it's my passion.